I no longer have any hedge of protection. If you want to say, with someone like you using that kind of terminology, because I'm using it in quotations, okay? I'm using it to point out that I have no shield, nothing, no protection, nothing, nothing. When I say I don't believe, I feel like I'm not going to survive. I don't say that because I'm going to do anything to make that happen. I have to get to Joe. Joe will be my hedge of protection, but he can't do it when I'm not there. I don't even believe I'm going to survive long enough to get to him. But they're too much. Too fucking much in this life. Too much, too much. I shouldn't even still be here. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. Everything's continuous now. Just far, far away. I can fight and fight and fight to get my mom into a good place, a facility, right? But if she is doomed by her own mind. She's doomed by her own mind. What difference does it make? You can't talk to her roommate. If you could, you would understand. And I have people from my mom's church or what have you saying the stupidest things. They don't wanna. They don't want to. I don't. I have no choice but to accept it. I witness it. But they don't want to. They want to say stupid things. Oh, take your mom's mind off of it. Give her crayons to color. It's nothing about that. She has books. She has the things I brought her. She has everything. She has. I brought her glasses and In Touch magazines and religious In Touch. And you're just supposed to. They find her stuff to read or whatever. It's not about that. It's about not wanting to go to the bathroom in her pants. It's about thinking she's invincible. Whatever. I don't know. I'm in horror. If you were me, you damn straight. And you're witnessing the horror of your loved one who cannot walk without assistance, who has not been approved, okay? Has not been cleared. She just got in there. She's not, who knows how much therapy or whatnot she's even had. There's been the holidays. There's been, you know what I mean? She's, again, on paper, you're supposed to get this much, okay? I was told like 5 times a week, but then some people in the outside world or whatever think it's 7. It's probably supposed to be 7. And then the roommate was like, I got something yesterday and that was over the weekend. I said, but I was told it was only 5 days a week for my mom. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? The fact is, she's not cleared. And they're not going to rush and clear her any faster because then they are liable. You understand? And she keeps trying to get up. She does it in front of me. And I'm damn fucking straight. She's not going to fall right in fucking front of me. You understand? She did it in the hospital. She does it here. And her protection is leaving. It just seems like, what was the point, really? What is ever the point, huh? In this fucking life when it comes to me, what is ever the point? You get teased and the carrot and dragged away and just pulled away viciously and gleefully or whatever, okay? In regards to everything. So I don't put her in the shithole, which, I feel like I didn't put her in the shithole and it just postpones the inevitable. Her having this fantastic roommate who's leaving, who was only with us for a couple of weeks. It's like, what's the fucking point? It's just a tease. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, you don't have the depth to grasp it. So that sharp, on the ball woman got to know me and my mom for a couple weeks, and she got to protect my mom, and then it's just a fucking tease. mom's not going to get another roommate. If she gets one at all, who's good? What are the chances? There are no chances. It's just a fucking tease. That's all it was. Somebody going in there new is not going to appoint herself my mom's protector. This woman was already there when my mom came. Everything had to be put into place. Where she knew the ropes and she had the brain and she didn't want my mom to, she had to care enough and have the brain, you know, to do it. The chances of that happening with somebody new coming in there, it's astronomically small. Okay? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay? Do you understand? This woman was something different. She was yelled at, don't get involved. Joe's like, I know, because they don't want to, as long as they don't know that it's all about that. They'd rather your mom fall and die than have anybody get involved, another resident. And, you know, because then it makes it so they're aware. For Joe or you, for anybody, everyone, believe me, Joe does it too. Okay? Well, you have to accept the things you cannot change. And you have to accept that you cannot change. You can't let this destroy you. But maybe that's how it's supposed to be. It's easy to say blah, 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 blah. But if this is how I feel and I can't help it, then maybe it's the end for me and that's the way it goes. You understand? I think it was just always too late for me, and I was just... based on what I've seen in this good place. Do you understand? But not just, the place can only do so much. My mom had this roommate. My mom would have already been fucking dead if she was in the shithole. Do I believe that? 100%. Maybe, if not dead, then fallen again and broken a hip again, which may as well be dead. It's a death sentence, okay? When you're still healing from it, you fall again. My mom wouldn't be doing anything different in the shithole. She would just be in a worse place. They put her in a wheelchair to eat. And I can't, so many times on Monday, my mom keeps trying to stand up. Because she doesn't, it's all about the dirty, the soiled diaper. It's all about that. And witness it in horror. Sit back down. You can't walk. Where are you going to go? I play devil's advocate. And the roommate doesn't leave the room. And I said, she's like, this is what I go through all the time. I know, and now you're leaving. You were our protection briefly. What was the fucking point? It's like postponing the inevitable. Just like with me. It was just postponing the inevitable. What's the point? I told you I feared that I didn't know, but it's too soon. It's too soon for the roommate to be going. I was hoping it wouldn't happen until my mom had been there longer and been approved to go to the bathroom with with a wheelchair, whatever. She has not been. And they're not going to approve her any sooner. You know, if she can't, if she just. Mom said it, Johnny. She just should just stay the Johnny. I sat there in horror. Well, if they don't come in time, which again, it doesn't matter if you're a 1-star or a 5-star facility. It's still, they have every aid as so many other patients, and it doesn't matter if you ring the thing. They're not going to come any faster. My mom took her fucking thing off in front of me. If you have my mom's mentality, if you have my mother's mentality, and you are helpless in a nursing home where, you're not their only patient. They're not going to be there at the snap of your fingers or the press of your call light to change you. My mother took her diaper off in front, like she took it off. It's wet, I'm taking it. I'm like, what are you doing? She kept trying to stand up, like, where are you going? You're just going to fall flat on your face, and you sure as fuck are not doing it in front of me. Just wait for the phone call. The day after my mom was there, I was saying her roommate was just on the phone. When I got on the phone, when I'm talking to my mom, was crying to me about my mom making her nervous wreck. It did. You think it got any better after this? Of course it didn't. It just got worse. I witnessed it every time I visited. Hasn't been that much that I visited because he hasn't been in there for very long. You understand? But what's the point? I say that about so much. What's the point? Like, seriously. What was the fucking point in this brief amount? It's like a tease. Everything's a fucking tease in this life for me. Everything. Like, what was the point? She gets this wonderful roommate for this brief amount of time, and now the woman is leaving, because that's what happens. Everybody doesn't stay for a long time. They only get, people who are there a short time stay a short time. And I don't know her situation. It's not my business. She knows my mother's situation, to a point, because she appointed herself as my mother's protector. And again, like, of course, the people who are mom's charge, they just, if even Joe, well, yeah, the roommate was a gift from God. A brief fucking gift from God. A brief fucking gift from God just to be another fucking tease for me in this life. That's just a nightmare. But I witness it. What the fuck are you doing? I have to go do. It doesn't matter. You have to go in your pants if they don't come in time. You get up. I'm witnessing. You do. You're going to fall flat. You can't walk. Yeah. You, Joe, anyone who cares about me, you can say that to the cows come home. Well, you have to accept what you can't change. You can't let that destroy you. Oh, damn straight I can. You can say it till the cows come home, and if I can't follow it, there's no point in even saying it. Lest you think it was my mother who told me her roommate. No, it's the roommate herself. I got it from the horse's mouth. She's leaving. And just what was the point? Like, seriously. It only proves my fucking point. And all the religious people say, oh, yeah, the roommate was a gift from God, it says Joe. And the other one, like, oh, your mom got such a wonderful roommate. Yeah, for a very short amount of time, too short. We needed another couple weeks, but we weren't gonna get that, were we? Were we? No. Of course. Of course we were. Of course. Having that roommate there is just like a postponement of the inevitable. That's how I feel. Then again, I I feel like the last decades for me were a postponement of the inevitable as well. So there you go. There you go. I have zero faith I'm even going to survive long enough to get to Joe's. And if I miraculously do get to Joe's, I mean, I'm just gone anyway. Gone. Good. Gone. That father who took his own fucking life leaped from the top thing of a parking garage in California. Who searched relentlessly, just searched and searched for his daughter, who he just believed was gone for good. Like, had to run into foul play and was gone. He couldn't take it. He took his own life, the grief. So he died from grief. Well, new turn of events was just on Inside Edition last night. I don't know if it was on World News today as well. I think it was just on Inside Edition, but whatever. she has been seen on secure, like on footage, going to Mexico. So she's alive. Her father took his own life. All her family was looking for her. And the only explanation can possibly be she wanted to get away from all of them and start a brand new life. And so as far as I'm concerned, if that's the truth, she's not worth them worrying sick still about her and wanting her home. She's not worth, I mean, her dad killed himself. It's just like there's this father who faked his own death. And they have proof that he's alive too. He contacted authorities just so he's not going to come home. And stupid police thing, police chief or whatever, pleading with him, just come home. Come home, your family wants you. Why do you want him? He faked his own death to get away from you for good, to be with his girlfriend in some foreign country. Like, why would you want him back? That's what somebody said on the news, one of those news programs, like, whatever the program it was. Why would you want him back? You don't want him back. He faked his own death to get the fuck away from you. He put you through all of that. This woman knew she had people who loved her. They don't show her under any duress. Now, she may very well have all kinds of psychological problems and whatnot. But they show her under no duress whatsoever. And her dad killed himself, indisputably. He took his own life because of his grief over his missing daughter. He believed 100% was dead, and now she's been found alive. They have proof that she's alive. Of course, the family's still going to say, please, she has all family who loves her. Please come home. Please come home. We want her home. We don't even know if she knows her dad killed himself. All this that I tell you just reinforces my what's the fucking point? Like, seriously? Even if my hedge of protection was all in my mind, it was still a figurative hedge of protection that I no longer have in any fucking universe. Only hope is to get to Joe, and that's just so far off in the distance. It may as well not even be something that miraculously could happen, might happen. I mean, it just